Here in Washington, we have Dr. Ryan Anderson, who writes about marriage and religious liberty for the Heritage Foundation. Ryan, how did this Yes campaign garner such support for this?
You know, it looks like that almost all of the elites in Ireland were in favor of redefining marriage, whether it was media elite, academic elites, even political elites. Very few, if any, politicians, certainly no political party in Ireland, stood behind the truth about marriage. So it's remarkable that still about 40% of the citizens voted to defend the truth about marriage. When you have no money, you have no political support, you have no academic support, no media support, where you're just on your own defending the truth, it's remarkable that we still had 40% support the truth on this.
Yeah, there were volunteers mainly on the no side. So do you see this influencing at all the debate on marriage here in the United States?
Well, it certainly should. This should send a signal that we shouldn't have the court prevent us from doing what Ireland has done, having a national discussion and then settling this democratically. If anything, this should send a signal that we don't want unelected judges removing an issue of important public policy, like the very meaning and purpose and nature of marriage, from the democratic domain. We don't need to have this short-circuited. Ireland shows us the way forward.
In fact, haven't many states already put this to a vote?
We've seen that there have been, I think it's something like 30 states have decided this issue. They've either had their state legislature or directly their people go to the ballot box. They've had a national discussion, a state discussion. They then went and they voted. The question now is, why would we want to throw out those votes? You know, the first right that we have as citizens is the right to vote about important policy, such as the nature of marriage.
So this is troubling to a lot of us to see this go this way. Is there anything that we can do about it to influence the future of this trend that we seem to see?
Sure. What we saw in Ireland was that, as you pointed out, it was largely volunteers who were leading this effort to defend the truth about marriage. They were making the argument about what marriage is, why marriage matters, and why we shouldn't have the government redefining marriage. You know, we need to be making the case that marriage exists to unite a man and a woman as husband and wife, so that children will have both a mother and a father. And in the American context, I think our main message should be that the court doesn't know any better than you and I do about the nature of marriage. The Constitution is silent about what marriage is. And so people like you and me, we should be discussing, debating, and then voting about marriage.
I find it interesting that you have written a book about the future of marriage and religious liberty in our country. How do you see it in the future?
Well, you know, my book will come out about 2 weeks after the court's decision. The only thing that's left to be written is the chapter about the court's decision itself, because we have to wait and see. But the truth about marriage, the truth about religious liberty doesn't change.
Truth never changes.
Truth never changes. And so this book is largely a roadmap on how do we defend the truth about marriage, the truth about religious liberty, the truth about the family, and the truth about the government's role in supporting marriage and supporting religious liberty going forward.
The Future of Marriage and Religious Liberty is Dr. Ryan Anderson's newest book. You can pre-order it now through Amazon, and it will be out in bookstores before the end of the summer, I'm assuming.
That's right.
Dr. Anderson, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.